Hi, this is Keeper, and welcome back to On Air, Friday, December 2nd, 2011. Do we have an action-packed show for you? Today we continue our discussion with politics and its influence on direct selling as the DSWA responds to our story, DSWA Missing in Action. My continuing conversation with Grace Keohohou, co-founder of the Direct Selling Women's Alliance. We also look at the reality show just launched for direct selling called The Recruit. Also, DirectSellingLive's new original series, Profiles in Courage, Distributor Stories, launches next Saturday, December 12th, and we look at this upcoming original series that will star its first time out, Brittany Herrera, the Mary Kay Distributor. And last, Power 54 is coming up on January 26th. That's January 26, 2012. And we continue our look back as we look at Power 50 2010 numbers 48 through 45. We'll be right back.
A record-setting company, a category creator. Our success is deep-rooted in tremendous struggle, enormous sacrifice, and not allowing the odds to get us down. On the verge of death, success was our choice. Failure was never an option. The unity, the leadership, our dreams. This is Ango. We've done it.
To whom much is given, much is expected. Or if you like Stan Lee in comic books, with great power comes great responsibility. Not very many people can live those words. It takes a tremendous amount of courage. It takes a tremendous amount of ability to still yourself long enough to realize who you are and what you're all about, but more importantly, what you can do if you decide to go forward in faith. I've known the founders of DSWA for almost 10 years. Grace and Nikki and even Jane Duber, who was one of the original 3 co-founders. When they first came about, I was so incredibly excited about who they are and what they're doing, and make no mistake about it, they have done a lot. They represent direct selling in such a way that it's full of integrity, it's full of warmth, it's full of genuine love for not only direct selling, but the people of direct selling. Primarily women. I think in large part, women don't get the recognition that they really deserve outside of just being very successful distributors. I don't think they're represented well in direct selling boardrooms. I think there's a lot that women have to say in direct selling that goes well beyond how much money they make or how many distributors they have in their downline or how they represent their company. I think the voice in a lot of ways for them is the DSWA. And recently I did a story called DSWA Missing in Action as it relates to politics and its influence on direct selling. I've done a story on the MLMIA, Multi-Level Marketing International Association, and a story on the Direct Selling Association about their political action committee that distributors have no idea even exists. There was no word, there was no utterance from DSWA on those stories. It wasn't until I decided to look at the DSWA and ask them why, after so many years of being asked to comment on social issues, on political issues that are impacting women in direct selling, that they decided to say something. Like I said yesterday, they weren't too thrilled with me because I raised some issues that they thought it was something they didn't want to get involved with. But as we move forward each day, it is becoming more and more imperative that they speak up. The voices of direct selling are represented primarily by the Direct Selling Association, a bunch of men, lobbyists for the most part, and they represent the industry at the corporate level. There is no real voice for distributors in direct selling. Even the MLMIA, which I don't know what they're doing, is struggling to try to find their own footing. But the one lone voice in direct selling that has a shot at speaking up for not only women, but for men, but primarily women, because the industry is about 85% women, that lone voice is the DSWA. As I said, when I first met them, I was so incredibly excited because part of their vision in having phone discussions with them was they wanted to offer an alternative to the DSA. They really wanted to offer some place for distributors to go and speak their mind and feel that they're a safe harbor for them, that their voices will be heard outside and beyond just being a distributor. The DSWA, they've done that in some way, but I was hoping for more. A number of distributors were hoping for more, and we haven't gotten it. And when the question was posed to them, why aren't you doing more? Why haven't you taken your rightful place in being that leading voice for the women in direct selling outside of being a distributor? They don't want to make a comment about it. They prefer to just stay right where they're at. And this is, to paraphrase Grace Keohohou, they really like where they're at. When I mentioned that I know of an individual who's looking to create a new association to challenge them, Grace said, well, that's fine. We have no problem with that. We think there's room for everyone. And so do I. However, I think competition is a good thing. And when Grace decided to say, well, there's room for everyone, we're just going to continue to do what we do, I think what ends up happening is their voice begins to become silent. And when their voice begins to become silent and can eventually be drowned out, not only does the DSWA's voice get drowned out, but distributors in general get drowned out. I don't think there's any association in direct selling that cares more for distributors than the DSWA. But right now in this political climate, we need them to come forward. Not just because it's politics, not just because it's social issues, but because these issues allow people to have a platform to be able to speak their mind. As we look around today, women's issues are being eroded, women's rights are being eroded. Regardless of what political view you have, your rights are under attack from one side or another constantly. And I think leadership is all about courage. And I would really love for the DSWA to step into their rightful place, their rightful role. I guess having them upset with me, it's just part of the territory that goes with doing what I do. So I guess I have to apologize for wanting more or expecting more. I guess a lot of us have to apologize because that's not the place that they want to be. As sad as that is to say, the DSWA could really be the voice of the people. I'll be right back. Let me ask you something. What if there was a way that you could watch someone build their business and you could actually live through them? You could actually experience the emotions that they're going through and yet do it from the comfort of your living room or your office. Well, DirectSellingLive has created such an opportunity for you. Just this past Tuesday, DirectSellingLive launched the very first episode of the reality show, The Recruit, where we're following around a young Mary Kay distributor to see what she goes through for the first 10 to 12 weeks of her business. It's going to be a fascinating case study. It's going to be entertainment. It's going to be more than anything. It's going to be extremely educational for every distributor, for every customer, for every prospect, for every company, and for every association to really see what happens. We've been extremely fortunate to locate a young 18-year-old Mary Kay distributor named Torrance Seabrooks, and her upline beauty consultant, Brittany Herrera, who we will be focusing on our Profiles Encouraged series that will launch next Saturday on December 12th. I'm going to show you a trailer for the for the episodes of The Recruit. It's going to be, as I said, a fascinating case study. It's going to be a lot of fun as we travel around and watch her do what she does. And I'm sure you all are going to have a lot of opinions, a lot of comments about it. Why did she do this? Why did she do that? I would never have done that. No, she didn't. She let the opportunity go by. Not products. She should have gone for this opportunity. Yeah, I know. I used to be a distributor with a very well-known direct selling company from 1995 to 2002. And there's always so many things you can question yourself on afterwards. Well, now you're going to be able to question someone else and say why as you watch and enjoy the reality show The Recruit. Take a look.
Girl takes on a lot. She does a lot of different things, takes on a lot of different projects, and she gets really excited about it and runs with it and is amazing, and then she peters out. And so I was thinking of that. I was thinking of other things she'd done. But before that, I remembered my own experiences of like being in sort of multi-level marketing kind of thing, and just thinking about what she would have to go through just recruiting people and talking to people all the time, and the rejection, and just the constant hustle. I just didn't want that for her. Well, Torrin's dad is over in Singapore right now.
It's been a little hard, but now that I'm being filmed for this reality show, it's so weird because I've always, like with my best friends, we would always talk about, we should have a reality show, and now I'm on one.
And you are pioneering something that's really, really different.
I don't understand why I'll try to give somebody a gift and they just won't want to accept my gift. Like, just the gift of clear skin, the gift of self-confidence, the gift of just feeling good about themselves. And I try to offer them, that friendship. I try to offer them that opportunity, and they don't take it. But yeah, that's why I got into Mary Kay. I didn't get in. I mean, yeah, the free car was definitely a perk, but it was not about. It was about having the opportunity to help people in an effective way, like something that was kind of already established, and all I had to do was just hop on and then just do me. That's what I was, attracted to about it. And talking to 18-year-olds and, trying to convince them that I'm not just trying to get their money is really hard, because they're exposed to so many avenues of like buy, and get this and deal this and all this money, and like they're exposed to that right now. And so it's harder to let them know that I'm just really trying to teach them how to take care of their skin. Like, it's harder for them to trust me,
A record-setting company, a category creator. Our success is deep-rooted in tremendous struggle, enormous sacrifice, and not allowing the odds to get us down. On the verge of death, success was our choice. Failure was never an option. The unity, the leadership, our dreams. This is Angle. We've done it.
Typically, the episodes are going to be somewhere between 12 to 15 minutes long. We wanted to get this first one out right away as we started to fall behind a bit. But as you can see, there's going to be some very interesting things to talk about. You're talking about someone 18 years old who really doesn't have a lot of the backstory or a lot of the challenges that someone older has. But what it does give you is an insight as to what it's going to take to go after a younger market, where they're all about, what they're all doing. And not only does that impact the younger market, but even today's more mature market is very tech savvy. They're very on top of everything that's going on in this 24-hour, 7-day-a-week, 65 days a year media blitz that is absolutely constant. It is my hope that you learn from The Recruit, you enjoy The Recruit. Come March 2012, we're going to start our second season. We're going to be looking for a brand new recruit from an entirely different company. If you're absolutely interested, contact us at the recruit at DirectSellingLive. Let us know you're interested. Let us know you're doing some things. Let us know your company would like to submit someone to participate, because for the company, it's a great bit of visibility. It is a great marketing opportunity. But overall, for the industry, it's a great educational tool. I think the very first time an educational tool like this has ever been created. When we come back, we're going to look at Profiles in Courage and Distributor Stories, a new original series by DirectSellingLive. It's an original internet television series, by the way, by DirectSellingLive, that will be launching next Friday as we look at another Mary Kay distributor, Brittany Herrera. Her story is just absolutely unbelievable. I'll be right back. Welcome back to On Air. On Monday, December 12th, DirectSellingLive will launch a new original internet television series called Distributor Stories, Profiles in Courage. Profiles in Courage is going to look at a distributor every couple of months who's had to overcome tremendous challenges and show a tremendous amount of courage in order to survive. Our very first Profiles in Courage story is going to be about a young 22-year-old Mary Kay distributor named Brittany Herrera out of the San Fernando Valley in Southern California. Her story is, I don't know how to put it other than it's extremely courageous. This is a story that resonates with me. My family, we grew up poor, and I watched often as my father and my stepdad beat my mom and did all kinds of horrific things, not only to her, but to us as children. And I know what the challenges are that can be on a child who's trying to figure out what is going on and how do you move forward through life. How do you survive? No food, no money, you're on the streets. What do you do? These are some of the things that I experienced. And so I really connect with Brittany and her story. These stories will be told every other month, typically. Unless your story is so absolutely incredible, it needs to extend into a second month. This particular story, the Brittany Herrera story, is one such story. We're going to tell part one in December. Then we'll come back in January with the second part, where a woman named Linda Klein, who absolutely had no idea who Brittany Herrera was, stepped into her life and helped her change it around. It just so happens that Linda Klein is a very special Mary Kay distributor herself. She's a director. So without any further ado, I'm just going to show you this quick trailer that we have for it, and I'll come back.
Hello, my name is Brittany Herrera, and I'm an independent sales director with Mary Kay Cosmetics. And you're about to hear my life story before I became an independent sales director. My father had shot my mother because she was trying to get a divorce, and he was very violent. He was a Navy SEAL, so he was a pretty much trained killer. He had me and my sister, my older sister, go on trial and actually testified that my mother's parents were molesting us. And, you know, my dad had brainwashed us so well, and he always said, what Daddy says goes, no matter what, no matter what. We had a huge house, and he would take my older sister into this room, and whenever I'd walk into it, it'd smell like sex, and I was like 6 years old. He'd tell us to go to the closet, a walk-in closet, and pick a hanger, because on the palm of your hands you don't get bruised. And, you know, sometimes he'd get really crazy. He'd take weight belts. They were like this thick, and he would just start hitting us all over the place.
The Brittany Herrera story is such an amazing story. I think you'll get a really good sense of what she's all about, what she's had to overcome. Brittany Herrera has done amazing things. She is just an up-and-coming mover and shaker with Mary Kay. It's a company that should be extremely proud of her, and I know that they are. It's an individual who I think we all in direct selling should be extremely proud of. For her to come forth and tell this story so that it benefits other people, it benefits other women, it gives them a voice, is why she really decided for the first time to share this story with someone other than her family. I understand it. My family, I grew up watching my dad, my stepdad do horrific things to my mother and to us kids growing up. I understand what it's like to not have any food and not have any money and not have to money to pay the rent and you're evicted all the time. We went through that constantly. So I know what it's like for a child to have to show tremendous amounts of courage to continue with their life when you oftentimes you just want to give it up. But that's not what Brittany did. It's obviously not what I did. And that's obviously not what a lot of people in direct selling did. So if you have a story that you think would be a benefit to people in direct selling, one that shows tremendous amounts of courage, we'd love to hear from you. If you think you want to be part of the Distributor Stories, Profiles in Courage original series, send us an email at info@DirectSellingLive. Let us know who you are. Give us a bit about your story, and we will contact you. If it fits into our criteria, what we're looking for, we would love to tell your stories. Okay, when I come back, we're going to continue our countdown with the 2012 Power 50, Power 54, as we look back at Power 53. Today, it's numbers 48 through 45.
A record-setting company, a category creator. Our success is deep-rooted in tremendous struggle, enormous sacrifice, and not allowing the odds to get us down. On the verge of death, success was our choice. Failure was never an option. The unity, the leadership, our dreams. This is Zango. We've done it.
And now we continue our lead up to the Power 54, which will take place here on Direct Selling Live, January 26th at 6 p.m. We're anticipating that it's going to be another live broadcast, just like we did last year in February. As we celebrate the lead up and the announcement of Power 54, we're taking a look back at last year's Power 50. And so today we're going to look back at numbers 48 through 45. Today, number 48, and I'll just give you a quick picture. Here he is. Dr. Kana, that's what we all call him, is the owner of Kani Bio, a company out of Malaysia. He started his direct selling distributorship in his country, as I said, from Malaysia, and he decided he wanted to get into network marketing as a way to help his fellow people in India achieve more. He started Kani Bio in 1999, and today he is the largest network marketing company in India that is homegrown, that is actually built from the ground up in India. He achieved his goal of playing a role in social and economic development in India and has transformed the lives of thousands and thousands of Indians. That's number 48. Number 47 is a co-founder of Direct Selling Festival, Direct Selling Festival out of Dubai. It's Nayusha Eshan. She has done quite a bit, but I think that she started to slow down a bit, so I don't know that she'll make the Power 54. But as a network marketing manager or a marketing manager for Link Viva, she is closely tied with number 47. And I mean more in a personal way with Poya Montessori. They introduced this whole concept of direct selling festival in Dubai, in the United Arab Emirates, to direct selling industry. And she organizes and produced an annual direct selling festival. Nayusha is helping to establish a positive image and hopefully increase credibility and participation in direct selling in the entire region. So she's done very well. As I said, I don't know that she'll make this year's Power 50. That's because our Power 50 changes every year. It's all based on the work that you did that particular calendar year. And now we're going to look at number 46, Poya Montessori, he's taken on the monumental task of introducing the entire region to direct selling. India, we did a special story on India earlier in the week. An extremely diverse community. India's working population, its working population only, is larger than the entire population of the United States. That's how large they are, 478 million people. So to introduce to the region direct selling, it's going to be quite a challenge for him, and we wish him well. Number 47 is one of the most controversial people in all of direct selling. For our Power 50, you just have to have power and influence. It doesn't mean you have to be great or have great power and influence. You have to have wielding power and influence. You need to be able to influence the industry in a major way, and you also need to be able to transcend the industry. Rod Cook is that type of person. He's kind of a lightning rod, no pun intended. Wow. He's got a lot to say. One of the things that he's known for is being an industry watchdog, but at the same time he can say some pretty inflammatory things and just cause you to go, what in the world is going on? But the fact remains, he has tremendous power and influence, and that's really what the Power 50 is all about. He's a public speaker. He got into network marketing in 1968. And as a college student, he's successful, according to him, right off the bat. I don't know. He's had years and years of being a distributor, a company owner, co-owner, editor of Inside Network, rather MLM Insider Magazine. He's a writer and a trainer and a speaker. He speaks regularly in his popular lecture series called Truth and Lies in Network Marketing. That's Rod Cook. Tomorrow, or excuse me, on Monday, we're going to look at number 45, Deb Bixler, and number 43, Robert Kiyosaki. Have a great weekend. If you have any questions, you can always contact us at OnAIR at DirectSellingLive. If you ever want to come on to Direct Selling Live, we would love to have you. One of the things that you're going to need to have Skype, because we're going to video the entire conversation. And we're just really happy to be here doing what we're doing. We hope you're enjoying what you're seeing. Have a great weekend.